welcome to the Phillips High School Gymnasium as finally, after a couple weeks off, Lager Vision is proud to present Lager Basketball 1996. Tonight, the Lager boys, back off of one game in the past 3 weeks, had 4 games called off over the past couple of weeks. The Lagers playing a non-conference game against the Colby Hornets. The Lagers with a little change in tonight's starting lineup. Dan Zaves, 52, back to the starting lineup for the orange and black, taking the place of Bill McCormick. As Adam Zenner will tip it up with Justin Matzik to begin the ball game. The Colby lineup, 10 is Galen Schroffnagel, a 6-foot senior, off of Palace, and possession will go to Colby. So the possession arrow favors the Lagers. Galen Schroffnagel, number 10, at point, is the 6-foot senior. 14 is Lucas Wenzel. Wenzel is a 6-foot senior. 22 is Tate Runge. Runge is a 6-foot senior. 50, he with the shot right there, Adam Zenner, the 6'3 senior, number 50, and 34, Perry Wolf, is a 5'11 junior. Colby off a 44-41 victory over the Thorpe Cardinals last night. Zaves takes it to the hole for 2. Danny with his first points of the ball game. We're tied at 2. 7:23 remaining in period 1. The Hornets, except for last Friday, have been playing fairly regularly. The Lagers haven't played in a while, so they may come out rusty tonight. The shot by Wolf, no good inside. The travel called on Zenner, and possession goes to the Lagers. 7:08 remaining period 1, 2-2 the score in the ball game. Jerry Petrozalik brings it across. Inside to Matzik, and a block is going to be called on 22, Tate Runge. That's team foul 1 on the Hornets. And possession to the Lagers underneath. 7:01 remaining on the clock here in the first period. 2-2 the score. Inside to Brian Petrozalik, to Matzik. Off his hands, recovered by Brian Petrozalik. Tied up by Runge. And possession stays with the Lagers. 6:56 left, period 1. Still 2-2 the score. Jerry Petrozalik doesn't get the 3, puts it up from 14 instead, and it's good. Jerry's first points of the ball game. 6:48 remaining in the first. 4-2 the score. Schroffnagel takes it to the hole, goes past Matzik and gets the bucket. 4-4 the score. 6:36 remaining in period 1. Jerry Petrozalik to brother Brian, looks for the cutter inside. So he goes back out in the perimeter, reverses it to Jerry Petrozalik, to Matzik in the paint. His shot from 12, all around, no good. Rebound, Palace jump ball, possession goes to Colby. 6:24 left in period 1. You can see the rust on this Lager team. They've had to reschedule 4 games. Well, actually, 3 games have been rescheduled. The other one hasn't as of yet. We will, the travel called on Runge. As the game goes along, we will give you those changes, so that way you can mark down the calendar and expect them at a little later time here on Channel 6. Jerry Petrozalik ahead to Matt Palace. First one, the game that was scheduled for Friday, February 2nd against Park Falls. That game, scheduled to be here, is going to be on Thursday the 8th. The pass off to Jerry Petrozalik in the corner. His shot from 18, no good. Rebound, Zenner. So the Park Falls game, originally scheduled for Friday the 2nd, will be the 8th of February. That's Thursday night here at the friendly confines. On the 12th, nice backdoor pass to Schroffnagel. A little behind, though. Shot goes long. Rebound, Matt Palace. Ahead to Matzik, to Zaves. Will he put it up from 17? Cross court to Palace. Won't try it for 3. Goes inside. Goes past Zenner. The shot's good. Matt Palace with his first points of the ball game. 6-4, Lagers by 2. The Northland Pines game that was originally scheduled for 3 weeks ago will be played on Monday. Ball looked like it was kicked out of the way by Brian Petrozalik. Went off his leg, I guess, and possession stays with Colby. So Northland Pines will be here on Monday night, the 12th. the game against Medford that was scheduled for 2 weeks ago by a 5-second guarding call against Colby. Possession goes to the Loggers in their backcourt. 4:56 remaining, period 1. Loggers up by 2, 6-4. The game at Medford will take place. That was for a week and a half ago, or 2.5 weeks ago. Passed inside, knocked out by Schroffnagel, and possession stays with the Loggers. That will be February 22nd. It's a Thursday night at Medford. The game against Hayward, originally scheduled for the 29th of January, has not been rescheduled. The pass inside for Brian Petrozalek, knocked away and recovered by Adam Zenner. 4:40 left in the first. We'll go over those changes again as the night goes along. 6-4, Loggers by 2, pass to the far side. Runge tries to take it inside. A foul is going to be called on Matt Pallas. The Logger faithful wanting a travel, and it was a close call, but no call. The foul called on Matt Pallas is Logger team foul number 1, each team with 1 team foul. 4:30 remaining, period 1, 6-4 the score. Schroffnagel. From the far side to Wolf. His shot for 3, no good. Rebound long, recovered by Runge. Runge in the corner. His pass taken away by Brian Petrozalek. The senior will bring it across the timeline with 4:15 remaining in the first. Pallas on the perimeter. Off to Jerry Petrozalek. Won't try it from 23 to Zaves. Goes inside for Matzik in the paint. Underneath, swatted by Wenzel. Recovered by Matzik, and a foul called. I believe that will just give the Loggers the ball out of bounds. Well, they can give him shots. The foul called on Lucas Wenzel. That's his first. Team foul 2 for the Hornets. And Justin Matzik will go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. As 44 Jason Woody and 50 Bill McCormick check into the lineup. As Brian Petrozalek and Dan Zaves sit down. Brian Nutter, number 40, a 6'5 senior, checks in for Colby, replacing Wenzel. 6-4, 4:02 remaining in the first, and to the free throw line is Justin Matzik. Justin, a 63% free throw shooter. The first of the 2 is good. The sophomore, the first Logger to the line in the ball game. 4:02 remaining, period number 1. 7-4, make it 8-4 as Justin's second is also good. 2 for 2, 2 points for the sophomore. 8-4, Loggers by 4, halfway through period 1. On the perimeter is Schroffnagel. Off to Wolf, wants to drive inside, gives it up, back out to Zenner. Zenner looks inside, now pulls back out to Nutter. On the perimeter, Schroffnagel with Jerry Petrozalek on him. Loggers staying in the man. Off to Zenner. Jerry Petrozalek went after, doesn't get the steal. Matzik with the steal, 3-on-2, Logger break. Sophomore pulls out of it, pulls up for 3, yes! Justin Matzik with 5. Timeout, Colby. 3:20 remaining in period 1. The score, the Phillips Loggers 11, the Colby Hornets 4. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. Loggers in command right now at 11-4 with 3:20 remaining in period 1. The rust has been scattered by the orange and black right now, the way it looks. They coming out fairly well. A little tentative in the first couple minutes, but with 3:16 left in the first, Loggers playing some good ball. Schroffnagel stopped by Jerry Petrozalek. Dishes inside to Wolf. Pass off to Zenner through his legs. Now in trouble. They're going to have to recycle off his leg and recovered by Pallas. Ahead to Matzik. Nice pass to Jerry Petrozalek. Swatted by Nutter. And the foul called on Brian Nutter. That's his first, team foul 3, as Dan Olson, number 44, checks in for Zenner. And Jerry Petrozalek will go to the free throw line. The sophomore, averaging 60% from the free throw line, will shoot a pair. First is good. Jerry with 3, 12-4. Loggers by 8. 3 team fouls for the Hornets, only 1 for the Loggers thus far. The second, off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Wolf. Loggers 3 for 4 from the line on the ball game. 12 remaining in the first. Off on the far side to Runge, on top to Wolf, guarded by Matzik, on the far side back to Runge, looks to go baseline, stops, pulls back out, now tries drive in, stopped by Woody, tipped away, recovered by the Loggers. Jerry Petrozalik looks for three, now drives inside, stopped by Nutter, off to McCormick, to Matzik, his shot from 16 is good. Justin Matzik with 7 points here in the first period of play, 2:20 left in the first, and it's 14-4, Loggers with a double-digit lead. Schroffnagel looks to go inside, stop, pulls back out, looks for somebody inside, now has to go back to the perimeter, has to find somebody quick, finally gets it off to Olsen. Back to Schroffnagel, on the perimeter to Wolf. Wolf pulls up from 17, off the iron, no good, Jason Woody with the rebound. To Jerry Petrozalik, who brings it across the timeline, we're under 2 minutes. The three by Matzik, he drains it! Justin Matzik averages 62% from three-point range. 17-4, Loggers by 13. Schroffnagel on the far side to Wolf. His shot off the iron, no good. Rebound, McCormick ahead to Pallas. Pallas looks to drive inside. Stop, goes to Matzik in the paint. It won't go. Rebound, McCormick turns around. His fadeaway was blocked by Nutter. Ball knocked back out, recovered by Jerry Petrozalik. His shot from 13 is good. So the sophomores lining up 15 of the Logger 19 points here in period number one. The Loggers by 15, 19-4 with 1:16 left in the first. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. And Colby already has used 2 of their allotted 4 timeouts here in the first period. 1:15 remaining in the first, 19-4, Loggers by 15 points. Schroffnagel stops 17 feet from the basket. Wolf looks inside, instead goes off to 24, Matsuko, who's checked into the lineup for the Hornets. Pass over the far side to Wolf. His three is good. Perry Wolf with his first points of the ball game, a three-pointer, and it's 19-7, Loggers by a dozen. Danny Zaves for 3 off the front iron, no good, through the hands of McCormick, and recovered by Schroffnagel. 40 seconds left in the first, 19-7 the score. On the far side, Suko into Nutter, takes it to the hole, counted and one, the foul called on Bill McCormick. So Bill McCormick picks up his first, team foul 2 for the Loggers. Brian Nutter gets his first points of the night and a chance to make it a three-point play and cut the lead to 9. 19-9 the score, Loggers up by 10 with 31 seconds remaining in the first period. Nutter to shoot 1. He's the first Hornet to the free throw line tonight. No good. Ball knocked back out by Olsen and recovered by by Suko. Pass cross court recovered by Suko. Goes in the paint, dishes it off, hits the end line. Wasn't saved by Nutter, and possession goes to the Loggers. Loggers looking for an offensive foul, but get no call, as Matzik sits down and Matt Pallas returns for the orange and black. 16 seconds remaining in period 1, 19-9 the score. Pallas on the perimeter, stopped off to Brian Petrozalik, looks inside, brings it up top, off to Pallas again, 7 seconds left. Pallas goes baseline, stopped around the backside to Zaves, 3 seconds, 2 seconds from 13 off the backboard, no good, and that's the period. We have played 8 minutes of basketball. The score, the Phillips Loggers 19, the Colby Hornets 9. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. And a couple visitors from the north on the far side. On the left, it's Dan Carius, the head coach of the Washburn Castle Guards. Tom Armstrong Jr., who works with the Park Falls program on the right-hand side. Washburn has a chance to see the Loggers in the second round of the playoffs if both teams, well, Phillips will make it that far, for they have a bye. If Washburn makes it to that point, Washburn is ranked in the Division III polls. The Park Falls Cardinals see the Loggers on Thursday evening. The three-pointer by Brian Petrozalik, no good, tipped out by Zaves, but recovered by Wolf. Loggers with possession to begin period 2. up by 10, 19-9. Cannot take advantage of it. Swapped by Zaves with a shot by Suko. And possession stays with the Colby Hornets with 7:35 left in the first half. The inbound in the corner by Wolf, off to Nutter, on the perimeter to Schroffnagel. Suko looks inside, gives it off to Nutter, in front of Woody, swatted by Matt Pallas, recovered by Brian Petrozellik. 3-on-2 Logger break into Zaves through his hands, but the junior saves it in the corner. Wants to pull up, gets it off to McCormick, inside from 7, off the iron, no good. Rebound Schroffnagel. Schroffnagel 3-on-2, Colby break, pulls up from 14 short. Rebound inside by Olsen, won't get a shot off, goes back out on the perimeter to Suko, to Schroffnagel. 7 minutes remaining in the second period. 19-9 the score. The three-pointer by Wolf, off the iron, no good, through the hands of Brian Petrozellik, recovered by Woody. Woody ahead to Brian Petrozellik, who brings it across the timeline with 6:48 left in the period. Zaves won't try it from 19, goes in for Woody, inside for 2. Jason Woody with his first points of the ball game. 21-9, Loggers by a dozen. Schroffnagel, guarded by Brian Petrozellik. Off on the far side to Suko, goes inside for Olsen. In front of Woody, shot no good, knocked away by McCormick, and recovered by Woody. Here come the Loggers, a chance to go up by 14 or 15. 15 is their biggest lead of the ball game. The pass inside for McCormick, off to Zaves. Won't try for 3, goes for Woody. Pass goes wide left, and possession goes to the Hornets. Mass substitution, Matzik and Jerry Petrozellik return for the Loggers. And checking back in for the Hornets. Checking in, back in is 14 Wenzel. The shot inside by Craig Omaken, who was in the lineup for the first time, 32. His shot no good. He's called for a travel, and possession goes to the Loggers. 6 minutes remaining in period 2. 21-9 the score. Pallas goes for Zaves. High. His pass a little bit too long, and the junior has to pull it back out. Looks to go baseline. Stop. Back out on the perimeter to Pallas. Saves it from going across the timeline. Pallas looks inside. Off to has Matzik open on the far side. Finally gets it to him. Justin goes to Zaves. Tries to feed it through 2 Colby players. Knocked away and recovered by Wenzel. 5:30 left in the second period. Wolf to Suko, looks inside, so he goes back out to Wolf in the near side corner, guarded by Brian Petrozellik. Inside to Olsen, his shot to the hole past Zaves is good. Dan Olsen with his first points of the ball game. 21-11, the Logger lead at 10. The pass inside by Jerry Petrozellik, knocked away, recovered, or goes out of bounds, and possession goes to the Loggers. 5:07 left in the second, 21-11 the score. Loggers by 10. The inbound to Jerry Petrozellik. I believe it's a 2-pointer as his foot was on the line. Jerry picks up his 7th point of the ball game. 23-11. The Logger lead at 12 once again. 4:54 left in the first half. Wenzel brings it in the paint. Stopped. The shot in front of Jerry Petrozellik is good. Lucas Wenzel picks up his first points of the ball game. 23-13. Loggers by 10. 4:40 left in the second. Pallas dished the back out through the hands of Brian Petrozellik. Knocked away, recovered by Matzik to Jerry Petrozellik. Drives inside, throws up a prayer, and a block is going to be called on Dan Olsen. That's his first team foul, 4 on the Hornets, as Adam Zenner will return to the lineup for Colby. And he will replace, I believe, Olsen. He will replace Olsen. 4:30 left in the first half. 23-13, Loggers by 10. Loggers inbounding. Pallas for 3, short. Rebound inside. And a travel is going to be called as Zenner and Omaken were tied up in the paint, and possession goes back to Phillips. 4:25 left in the second. The inbound by Brian Petrozellik goes off toward Matzik, knocked away and taken by Adam Zenner. 4:20 left in the second. 23-13 the score. Colby can cut it to 7 or 8 this time down. On the near side, Wolf won't get the shot off before a foul called inside on the Hornets. The foul called on Omican. That's his first. Team foul 5 for Colby. 4:14 left in the second. Three-quarter court pressure by the Hornets. Jerry Petrosalik brings it across. 4:07 left in the first half. 23-13 the score. Palace cross court to Jerry Petrosalik. Pulls up from 13. It's good. Jerry Petrosalik with 9. 4 here in the second period. We're under 4 minutes left in the half. 25-13 Loggers by a dozen. The pass inside saved by Zenner across to Omican in the paint in front of Palace. It won't go, but Omican will shoot a pair as Matt Palace picks up his second personal foul. Team foul 3 on the Loggers. 3:46 remaining in the second as Woody and McCormick will return. Brian Petrosalik and Dan Zaves will sit down. And I believe we'll see Nutter coming back into the ball game as he checks in. He will be coming in for Omican. 6'2 senior Craig Omican to the free throw line to shoot 2. His first is short. Thus far for Colby, they are 0 for 2 from the free throw line. 3:46 left here in the first half. Loggers by 12, 25-13. Foul situation, 3 fouls for the Loggers and 5 for the Hornets. The second for Omican is no good, but a line violation first will negate the free throw as Omican will sit down and Nutter, number 40, returns to the lineup. McCormick gives it off to Jerry Petrosalik to Jason Woody. Counted for 2. Woody open underneath, gets the bucket. The junior has 4. Tate Runge, number 24, back into the Colby lineup. 3:26 left in the second. 27-13 the score. The shot by Wenzel, no good. Rebound McCormick off the tip. Quickly down to Palace. Palace looks to take it all the way. Takes it to the hole for 2. Matt Palace has 4. 29-13 Loggers by 16. 3:10 left here in the first half. On the far side, that's Wenzel, guarded by Matzik, goes inside for Nutter, and before the shot, a foul on the Loggers. I believe we're going to see it against Jason Woody, and we are. That's his first. Team foul 4 on the Loggers. So Colby inbounds underneath, quickly off to Nutter, won't try the 3. Quickly cross court to Suko. Shot no good. Back on the perimeter. That's Schroffnagel. To Zenner, and Adam Zenner called for the travel. 2:44 left in the second. 29-13 the score. Loggers by 16. As 44, Dan Olson checks back into the lineup, and Zenner will sit down. Backcourt pressure still by the Hornets. Jerry Petrosalik will bring it down and gets it across the timeline with 2:38 remaining. The pass inside to McCormick. Now he tries to dish off to Jerry Petrosalik. Knocked out of bounds by Suko, and possession stays with the Loggers. 2:33 left in the second. And Jerry Petrosalik to inbound. Off to Woody on the perimeter. Won't try 3. Goes across to McCormick. But goes right into the hands of Brian Nutter. And he's fouled immediately by Bill McCormick. For the senior, that's his second. Team foul 5 on the Loggers. So both teams with 5 team fouls. 2:25 left in the second. Schroffnagel looks to go inside. Stopped 16 feet from the basket. Gives it up to Suko. Inside to Nutter. Goes past Woody. His shot over everything. Recovered by Jerry Petrosalik. Loggers had a 4-on-2 break, but it goes off somebody's foot. McCormick ahead to Jerry Petrosalik, who keeps possession, and a foul called as Jerry Petrosalik had the wide open pass into Palace for 2, but won't get it as the foul is called on Brian Nutter. That's his second. Team foul 6. Palace and Jerry Petrosalik sit down as Zaves and Brian Petrosalik return. So the Loggers now in the bonus for the remaining 2:07 of period number 2. Zaves on the perimeter. On top to Matzik, off to Brian Petrosalik, goes inside, pulls back out. Back around to Matzik. Matzik tries to go inside for McCormick, knocked away by Nutter, but saved by Matzik. Matzik takes it inside, little backdoor left-handed loop for 2. Justin Matzik with a dozen here in the first half. 1:40 left in the first half. 31-13. Loggers up by a dozen and a half. Suko on the perimeter, guarded by Zaves. Tries to go inside. Swatted by Zaves. A foul, I believe, is going to be called on, well, we'll see. It might be on Woody, might be on Zaves. We'll wait for the call. The foul called on Dan Zaves. That's his first. Team foul 6. So both teams now in the bonus, well, will be in the bonus in the next foul. As Matt Suko goes to the free throw line for the first time, looking for his first points of the night. He will shoot a pair with 1:28 remaining in the first half. The first for the junior is good. Colby 1 for 4 now from the free throw line. It's their first charity stripe shot that has gone in. The second for the junior hits off the back iron, no good. Dan Zaves with the rebound. 31-14, Logger lead at 17 with 1:22 remaining in the first half. McCormick puts it up over Olsen, shot long, rebound Zaves, he puts it in for 2. Dan Zaves with 4. 33-14, Loggers by 19 points with 1:08 remaining in the first half. The shot by Wenzel off the back iron, no good. Olsen had it saved by Nutter, right out back to Wenzel. And recycled around. Suko inside to Olsen in front of Woody. Shot no good, and Jason with the rebound. 53 seconds left in the second. Loggers can go up by 20, this time down court. Pass inside to Woody. The turnaround from 14. He drains it. Jason Woody has half a dozen. 35-14, Loggers by 21. 40 seconds left in the first half. The foul will be called on Brian Petrozellik. That's his first. And that is team foul 7, so the Hornets go to the free throw line, where they are 1 for 5. Steve Nichols, 34, checks into the line for the first time since before Christmas as Justin Matzik will sit down. Nichols was injured in an away from the game accident and was ready to come back for the Medford game. But, of course, that was, a week and a half ago and almost 2 weeks ago, and we haven't had a chance to play since then. So this is Steve's first action. The first by Wenzel is good. By Schroffnagel is good, excuse me. 35-15, the Logger lead at 20. Make it 19 as Schroffnagel makes both. He's 2 for 2, has 4 points. 35-16, Loggers by 19. Daves looks to go baseline. Stopped by Nutter, back out to Woody. 27 seconds. Off to Nichols. On the far side to Zaves. On the perimeter, drives inside, goes past Nutter. And a block is going to be called on Brian Nutter. That's going to be his third foul. That will be personal foul number 3 and the 7th team foul on the Colby Hornets. So that will send Zaves to the free throw line. Danny from the stripe, a 59% free throw shooter. The first for the junior is good. Loggers from the line, 4 for 5. That's 80%. As a team, they average 61%. The second is also good for Dan, as Adam Zenner will check into the lineup, replacing Brian Nutter. 19 seconds left here in the second period. 37-16, Loggers by 21. Zaves has 6 points. Schroffnagel, guarded by Brian Petrozellik, drives inside, puts it up past Woody. Shot no good. McCormick with the board. Nichols, 6 seconds. 5 seconds pass inside to Petrozellik. Nichols off to McCormick from 17. Won't go, and that's the period. We have played 16 minutes of basketball with the score. The Phillips Loggers 37, the Colby Hornets 16. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. Possession as we begin Colby with possession as we begin period number 3. We'll go through the first half scoring in a minute. On the perimeter, that is Runge, who gives it off to Wolf. 37-16, the Loggers by 21. And a foul called, I believe, on Jerry Petrozellik. That'll be his first. The foul called on Justin Matzik. That's his first team foul, one of the Loggers. For Colby in the first half, they were led by Galen Schroffnagel with 4 points. The scoring well distributed. Pass way out on the perimeter to Schroffnagel. 3 points for Perry Wolf, 2 points for Wenzel, 2 points for Nutter, 2 points for Olsen, 2 points for Zenner. and 1 point for Runge. And a foul call, I believe, on Matt Pallas. Colby is 3 for 7, as Matt Pallas has picked up his third personal foul. Team foul 2 on the Loggers. The Loggers, 2 quick ones in the first 32 seconds of the second half. Runge looks to go to the perimeter, now goes baseline. Stopped. In trouble, gets it off to Zenner. Zenner inside, puts it up off the glass. It's good. Adam Zenner has 4 points of the ball game. 37-18, the Logger lead at 19. The shot inside by Zaves is good for 2. Danny with 8. The Loggers scoring in the first half, led by Justin Matzik with a dozen. 9 points for Jerry Petrozalik, 6 each for Woody and for Zaves, and 4 points for Matt Pallas. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Wolf, and possession stays with, or goes to the Loggers, excuse me. The Loggers starting lineup, their same starting 5. The Petrozaliks, Pallas, Brian for 3. It's good. Brian Petrozalik, his first point of the ball game. Come with 6:42 remaining in the third. 42-18, Loggers by 24. The Petrozaliks, Pallas, Matzik, and Zaves. For Colby, a slight variation as they go with a double post and an over and back call against Colby as Wolf could not save it. It's 10 Schroffnagel, 22 Runge, 34 Wolf, 40 Nutter, and 50 Zenner. So 2 big guys in for the Hatchets. The turnaround J by Justin Matzik for the Hornets. The turnaround J by Justin Matzik is good. He has 14. 44-18 the score. Loggers by 26. The pass inside by Schroffnagel. He's fouled by Jerry Petrozalik, and that's his first. Team foul number 3 on the Loggers. So, in the first 2 minutes, 3 quick fouls on the Loggers. 6:03 left in the third. 44-18 the score. The shot by Wolf from 22. It's good. Perry Wolf with his second tray of the ball game. And it's 44-21. Wolf leads all Hornet scorers with half a dozen. Brian Petrozalik off to Matt Pallas. 5:40 left in the third. Pallas to Jerry Petrozalik, looks to go baseline. His shot's up off the iron, no good. Zenner with the rebound. 5:30 left in the second. 44-21, the Logger lead at 23. Drive inside by Schroffnagel to the hole for 2. Galen Schroffnagel with half a dozen. 44-23, the Loggers up by 21. Pallas on the perimeter, goes high to Matzik. Inside for Zaves. Zaves goes one way, the ball goes the other, and possession goes to the Hornets. 44-23, 5:09 left in the third period. Loggers by 21. Schroffnagel on the far side to Runge. His three-pointer no good off the iron high. Rebound Zaves. Ahead to Jerry Petrozalik, across to Matzik. Won't take it for 3. Pallas inside to Matzik to the hole. Count it for 2. Justin Matzik with 16 points. 46-33, Loggers by 23. Wolf brings it across with 4:38 left in the clock. Stopped by Brian Petrozalik on the near side to Runge. Goes inside for Nutter in front of Zaves. Puts it up. Counted for 2. Brian Nutter with 4 points. 46-25. The Logger lead again at 21. Off to Zaves. The pass from Pallas. Puts it up from 16. In and out. Rebound Runge. Colby can cut it to 19 or 18 this time down. Schroffnagel, guarded by Jerry Petrozalik. Off to Zenner on the perimeter. Goes baseline. Puts it up. Past Zaves. It's good for 2. Adam Zenner with half a dozen. He has 4 here in the third period. 46-27. The Logger lead at 19. Matt Pallas from 18. It's good. Nothing but net for the junior. He has 6. 48-27 Loggers by 21. As we're having lots of fun with the north side scoreboard, the time keeps flashing in and out. The south side one, the one that you see in the close-up, that's fine. Nutter's shot over Zaves is good. Brian Nutter with 6 points. 48-29, Loggers by 19. So Colby taking it to the Loggers, but the Loggers responding. Palace won't try three, goes inside, and a foul called on Zenner. And Matt Palace will shoot two. Adam Zenner picks up his first. That is team foul number 1 for Colby in this half. As Woody and McCormick return, Zaves and Brian Petrozellic will sit down. I think here in the second half, the officials are giving a little more latitude to the Colby guys inside, and I think it's frustrating Dan Zaves a little bit. Palace to shoot two, his first time to the line tonight. He makes the first. The Loggers are 6 for 7 from the free throw line, an 86% free throw percentage. Second is no good. Rebound, Zenner. No, not Zenner, excuse me, Nutter. 3:17 remaining in the third. 49-29, Loggers by 20. On the near side, Wolf on the perimeter to Runge. Won't put it up for three. Stops, goes inside for Nutter. Stopped by Woody and called for traveling is Brian Nutter. Possession goes to the Loggers with 3:05 remaining in the third. The inbound to Jerry Petrozellic. Three-quarter court pressure once again by the Hornets. McCormick to Palace. Palace stopped on the perimeter. Jerry Petrozellic across to Matzik for three. Short. Rebound, Wolf. Off to Schroffnagel. 2:46 remaining in the third period. Loggers by 20, 49-29. Schroffnagel on the perimeter, pulls back out, goes inside for Nutter, knocked away by Woody, recovered by McCormick. Ahead for Palace. 3-on-1 break, inside to Woody. Underneath, it won't go. To Matzik. He with the recovery and he with the bucket. Justin Matzik, 12.5 on the night. Loggers by 22, 51-39. 51-29. The pass inside for Zenner is good. Adam Zenner with 8, 51-31. Loggers by 20, 2:10 left in the third. Palace to Jerry Petrozellic to Woody. Woody from 25 won't put it up. Off to Jerry Petrozellic to Matzik. He can put it up from 22. Won't do it this time. Back out to Jerry Petrozellic. Into McCormick. Off to Woody. Puts it up from 14. He can hit from there, and he does. Jason Woody, who averages 8.5 a game, has 8 right now in the ball game. 1:47 left in the third. 53-31. Loggers by 22. On the far side, on the near side, that's Wolf. Goes inside for Nutter. Over Woody. Shot no good. Bill McCormick with the rebound to Jerry Petrozellic. 1:33 remaining in the first. Ball knocked out of bounds, I believe, by Zenner. Mass substitution by both sides as 14 Wenzel, 24 Suko, and 44 Olson return for Colby. Brian Petrozellic returns for the Loggers, as does Dan Zaves. The pass inside for Woody. Knocked away, recovered, saved by Brian Petrozellic, recovered by Palace. Off to McCormick from 16. Shot no good. Tipped by Woody, recovered by Zaves. 1:20 on the clock. Zaves to Brian Petrozellic. Off to Palace for three. It's good. Matt Palace has 10. 56-31, Loggers by 2 bits with 1:05 on the clock. The shot for three by Perry Wolf is good. Wolf has 3 threes in the night and 9 points for the ball game. 56-34, Loggers by 22. Palace off to Zaves. Will he launch a tray? I don't think so. Danny's looking a little tired out there. And Zaves goes to the hole before the shot. I believe the foul will be called on Adam Zenner. The foul on Zenner is his second team foul, 2 for the Hornets. 3 team fouls for the Loggers here in the second half as Craig Omican returns, replacing Zenner. 49 seconds left in the third period. 56-34. Palace doesn't get the easy three-pointer out of the way. The pass inside for McCormick from Zaves goes right into the hands of Craig Omican, and here come the Hornets. 37 seconds remaining. Period number 3. Wenzel on top to Wolf for 3, short. Rebound, McCormick ahead to Zaves. 3-on-1 Logger break. Zaves takes it easily to the hole, and it bounces out. And a foul called on Brian Petrozellic. And we will have an official's timeout. The foul called on Brian Petrozellik. That's his second team foul 4. We have an official's timeout, 23 seconds remaining in the third. Loggers by 22, 56-34. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. And one of the players lost the lens. Has it back. One of the Colby players, I believe it was Wenzel, lost his lens, got it back, and now we're ready to play some basketball. Omican out in the perimeter to Wolf. Suko back out to Wolf from 23. It's good. Perry Wolf with a dozen. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. At the horn, the shot's wide right by Matt Pallas. We have played 24 minutes of basketball, and the Loggers lead by 19 over the Colby Hornets, 56-37. This is Logger Vision's presentation of Logger basketball on Price County Telephone Company Cable, Channel 6. And the Loggers will have possession as we begin period number 4. Phillips up by 19, 56-37. The Loggers out with 3 big guys in the lineup. Woody, Zaves, and McCormick, along with the Petrozellik brothers. So it means Danny Zaves will be playing at the shooting forward spot. Driving inside, Jerry Petrozellik pulls back out over the head of Brian Petrozellik, saved by Zaves, and recovered by Brian Petrozellik, who tries the 3 and out. Off of Omican, and possession will go to the Loggers. 7:41 left in the fourth. 56-37 the score. Brian Petrozellik with the inbound, off to Jerry, inside to Zaves, off to Jason Woody for 2 from 17 feet, and it's good. So the Woodman with 10. 58-37 drive inside, off the hands of Wolf, and a travel called on Jerry Petrozellik in the backcourt. And possession goes to the Hornets. 7:26 remaining, period 4. 58-37 the score. Inbound quickly to Olsen. Olsen looks inside, back out on the perimeter to Suko. Knocked out of bounds by Brian Petrozellik, and possession goes to the Hornets right in front of the Colby bench. 7:22 remaining in the fourth. Wolf gets it in just in time to Wenzel, guarded by Zaves. Wenzel goes inside over the hands of Olsen, recovered by McCormick. Here come the Loggers. Jerry Petrozellik quickly down court to Woody. Woody stopped, blocked by Olsen, recovered by McCormick. His shot goes over everything, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. As the foul is called on Lucas Wenzel, that's his second team foul, 3 on the Hornets. 4 team fouls for the Loggers, 3 for the Hornets, and Bill McCormick, who is averaging 54% from the free throw line, looks for his first points of the ball game. He's shooting 2, the first no good. Loggers shooting 6 for 9 from the free throw line at 67%, make it 7 for 10 as McCormick makes the second. The senior has his first point of the ball game. 59-37, Loggers by 22. The inbound to Suko. 7 minutes left in the fourth. 59-37. Suko off to Wenzel, goes inside for Olsen. The turnaround in front of Woody is good, and Dan Olsen has his fourth point of the ball game. 59-39, Loggers by 20. Jerry Petrozellik takes to the hole and is fouled by Lucas Wenzel. That will be his third personal foul, team foul 4, as Pallas and Matzik return for the Loggers, and Brian Nutter returns for the Hornets. Omican sits down for Colby, and Woody and McCormick sit down for the Loggers. Galen Schroffnagel, number 10, returns for Colby, and he will replace Perry Wolf. 6:44 left in the fourth, 59-39, Loggers by 20. And Jerry Petrozellik to the free throw line. He is 1 for 2 on the night from the stripe. He averages 60% from the free throw line. His first is good. So Jerry Petrozellik with 10 points. So the Loggers with 4 players in double digits in this ball game. 11 for Jerry as he makes both sides of the two-shot free throw. 61-39, Loggers by 22 with 6:38 left here in the fourth. Pass goes wide of Wenzel, almost takes out two fans on the far side, and possession goes to the Loggers. The inbound by Palace across to Zaves. Zaves brings it across, 6:33 remaining in the fourth. Across to Palace, it's that rainbow pass taken away by Olsen, and before the shot attempt, Dan Olsen is called for traveling. Took the extra step. Almost had the jam, but I think he knew at the same time when he was going up that he had. Ball inbounded to Brian Petrozellik. I think Olsen also knew he traveled, so the effort was not completely there. Brian Petrozellik on the perimeter, wants to go baseline. Stopped by Olsen, pulls it back out. Off to Palace, won't try three. Off to Jerry Petrozellik to Matzik. Back to Jerry. Puts it up from 15. He drains it. Jerry Petrozellik with a baker's dozen. 63-39. The Loggers by 2 dozen with 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Schroffnagel, ball knocked out by Jerry Petrozellik, and a foul called on the sophomore, and the Logger faithful on the far side not happy with that one, as Jerry picks up his second foul, team foul 5. Olsen sits down, as does Suko, as Runge returns, and Zenner returns. It's 5:48 left in the fourth. On the far side, that's Wenzel. Goes inside for Zenner, and the foul called on Zaves. Danny picks up his second, and that's team foul 6, so the next foul will send Colby to the free throw line for the rest of the ball game, but Adam Zenner goes there now for the first time. He has 8 points on the night. As Wolf returns, or we'll check back into the lineup. First is no good. Colby as a team from the free throw line right now, they are 3 for 8. That's 37.5%. The second for Zenner is good. Adam Zenner with 9 points. 63-40, Loggers by 23. Palace on the perimeter. Drives in, pulls up from 11. His shot no good. Zaves with the tip, recovered by Brian Petrozellik, and a foul called on one side, jump ball called on the other. And a foul is going to be called, I believe, on Galen Schroffnagel, and it is. That's team foul number 5 on Colby, the first on the Colby senior. And to the free throw line goes Brian Petrozellik. He's to the stripe for the first time. He has 3 points in the evening. Brian averaging 10 a ball game. And a 79% free throw shooter. He makes the first of the 2-shot foul. 5 team fouls for Colby, 6 for the Loggers. The second for Brian is good. Brian Petrozellik with 5 points, all of them here in the second half. 65-40, Loggers by 25. Schroffnagel. Wolf, who almost threw it away, gets the recovery and puts in the bucket. Perry Wolf with 14. 65-42, Loggers by 23. Brian Petrozellik on the far side tries, I don't know if the ball was knocked away, if he tried a pass, but goes right in the hands of Galen Schroffnagel into the corner to Runge. Off to Wolf, won't try 3, tries to go baseline, stopped. Back out on the perimeter to Runge. 20 feet from the basket, tries 3, short. Rebound, saves. 4:49 left in the fourth, 65-42. Loggers by 23. Jerry Petrozellik slows the pace down. Palace to Zaves. Looks for the cutter inside. Taken away by Runge. 4:33 left in the fourth. 65-42 the score. Schroffnagel off to Runge. Swatted by Matzik, but the follow by Wolf is good. Perry Wolf with 16. 65-44. Loggers by 21. 4:14 remaining here in the fourth. Palace into Zaves. Tries to go for Matzik. Knocked away by Nutter. And Zenner, the last player to touch it, as Zenner and Zaves fight for it. 4:07 remaining in the fourth. And we have a timeout on the court. 65-44 Loggers by 21. We're going to keep it right here. We're going to go over those postponed games and when they're rescheduled one more time. The boys basketball game against Park Falls, that game was originally scheduled for the 2nd of February, will take place Thursday, February 8th, here at the Friendly Confines. That's Parents' Night. The 7:30 varsity start, 5:45 for the junior varsity and for the freshmen. The boys basketball game against Northland Pines, that game originally scheduled for Friday, January 19th. That'll take place Monday. That's February 12th, here again at the Friendly Confines. 7:30 start time for the varsity, 5:45 for the JV. The boys basketball game at Medford, originally scheduled to be played at Raider Hall on Friday, January 26th, will take place Thursday, the 22nd of February. That game, of course, those games, of course, at Medford. Varsity game at 7:30, the JV and freshman game at 5:45. The Hayward game, that was supposed to take place Monday, January 29th, has not been rescheduled as of yet. And if we find out any pertinent information, we will pass it along to you here on Channel 6. Inbound by Brian Petrozellik off to Matzik. Matzik looks inside, instead goes back out in the perimeter to Jerry Petrozellik, to Brian Petrozellik. Into Matzik from 14, is shot short. Rebound, Perry Wolf. We're halfway through period 4. Loggers by 21, 65-44. The pass inside for Nutter, recovered by Zaves, and over and back on the steal by Wolf. He catches the ball in what would be Colby's forecourt and takes it into the backcourt, and a break for the Loggers at midcourt with 3:47 left in the fourth. Another reminder also set for Friday night is the high school football team's annual chili feed. Foul called inside on Zenner. That's his third. Adam Zenner picks up his third. That's team foul 6. So both teams will be in the bonus on the after this inbound as Woody returns and Brian Petrozellik sits down. The Phillips High School football team will have their annual chili feed on Friday night. That is the 9th. That will be just before the Tomahawk game here at the Friendly Confines. It starts at 4. It's from 4 to, I believe, about 7:30. Adults pay $4. Students, $2.50. All to raise funds for the high school football program. A good time and great chili. So come on down for that. 3:24 left in the fourth. 65-44 the pass from Schroffnagel inside to Nutter for 2. Brian Nutter has 8 points. 65-46. Loggers by 19. Matzik on the far side goes in for Woody over his head, and possession goes to the Hornets. McCormick returns, and Zaves will sit down. 3:10 left in the fourth, and Colby can cut it to 16 with a 3, this time down court. Wolf won't try 3, drives inside, tries to dish off the last minute to Zenner, knocked away, finally recovered by Jason Woody. Off to Jerry Petrozellik, who loses control, and Jerry's getting frustrated with himself. He's been sliding around, he's been bounced around all night long. And you can also see the Loggers are getting a little tired. This is their first game action in a couple weeks, and this bumping and bruising is a little new to them once again. The pass goes over the head of Nutter from Schroffnagel, and possession goes to the Loggers. 2:46 left in the fourth. 65-46 full court pressure by the Hornets, but the Loggers break it easily. Matzik off to Jerry Petrozellik. Back to Matzik, inside for Jerry, who loses control, saves it, goes out to Jason Woody, to Matzik for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Schroffnagel. 2:27 remaining in the fourth. Zenner inside over Palace. His shot is in and out and in. Adam Zenner with 11. 65-48, Loggers by 17. Ahead for McCormick. Off to Matzik. 2:10 left in the fourth. 65-48, Loggers by 17. It was as many as 25 at one time in this ballgame. Matzik keeps it on the perimeter, goes inside for McCormick, takes to the hole before the shot. A foul called. That's on Zenner. That's his fourth. That is the fourth personal on Adam Zenner, and team foul number 7 on the Hornets. As Steve Nichols comes back into the lineup, and Trevor Rasky, number 20, checks in for the first time. He will replace Matzik. Nichols will replace Jerry Petrozellik. 1:58 left in the fourth, and Bill McCormick goes to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. Bill is 1 for 2, and that's his lone point in the evening. The first for the senior is no good. Rebound, Adam Zenner. On the near side, Zenner looks for the cutter, gets the cutter. That being Schroffnagel, shot no good, knocked away, recovered by McCormick. 2-on-1 break. McCormick throws up something, I don't know what it was. Shot no good. Trevor Rasky with the rebound, and he'll go to the free throw line as he was fouled. The foul called on Brian Nutter. That is his fourth personal. So 4 for Nutter and 4 for Zenner. 3 fouls for Wenzel for the Hornets. And Trevor Rasky goes to the free throw line. Checking in, Matt Suko. He will replace Galen Schroffnagel with 98 seconds remaining in the ball game. 1:38. 65-48 Loggers by 17. And the sophomore Trevor Rasky to the free throw line to shoot a pair. He makes his first. Trevor's averaging a point a ball game when he gets time, and that's his first point of the ball game. Trevor getting one quarter of varsity time, 3/4 JV time. 2 for 2 from the stripe as Trevor Rasky has 2 points. 67-48 Loggers by 19. On the far side, Zenner goes inside over Nichols. Shot no good. McCormick with the rebound. Across to Pallas in a very awkward situation, but Pallas remains under control. The junior on the perimeter looks inside, goes back out to Nichols. Nichols inside to McCormick, tries to go for Woody, and Jason Woody picks up the foul on Brian Nutter. And we'll bring it down to the other end as Jason Woody picks up his second personal, team foul number 7 on the Loggers. Adam Zenner will sit down as Brian Nutter goes to the free throw line for the second time. He's 0 for 1 on the night. He has 8 points, 67-48. Loggers by 19. The first for the senior is in and out. Ball tipped underneath, recovered finally by McCormick. Ahead to Rasky, and the foul called. Oh, no foul on Suko, but it's a travel by Rasky, and possession goes to the Hornets. 1:12 remaining in the fourth. 67-48 the score. The inbound by Runge off to Suko. Nutter on the perimeter. And a foul called away from the ball, I believe on McCormick. Bill McCormick will pick up his third personal foul. So McCormick and Pallas each with 3 personals. No one else in foul trouble. And to the free throw line goes Dan Olson. Olson's first time at the line. He has 4 points in the night. 1:03 remaining here in the fourth. 67-48. As the junior will shoot 1-1. The first is no good. We have a line violation, and possession goes to the Loggers. 4 for 11 from the free throw line are the Hornets. 1:03 left in the fourth. 67-48 the score. Woody gets it on the other side of the timeline. Off to Pallas. Pallas wants to go baseline, stopped by Nutter. And a foul is going to be called. It'll be called on 22 regardless. And the 22 it's called on is Tate Runge. That's his second. Team foul 8 on the Hornets. Here's a team foul 9. Team foul 9 on the Hornets. And Matt Pallas to the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 on the night. He's a 56% free throw shooter on the season. First is good. And Matt Pallas with 11 points in the night. So Pallas, Jerry Petrozellik, Jason Woody, and Justin Matzik, each in double digits for the Loggers tonight. Scoring is well spread. Suko in the paint, in front of Nichols, counted and one, as Steve Nichols gets his first foul of the ball game. That's team foul number 8 on the Loggers. As 20, Eric Schelzel will check into the lineup for the Hornets, and he will replace Tate Runge. Schelzel is a 5'11 junior. And to the free throw line is Matt Suko. His first time at the line tonight. He's looking for his first point, and he doesn't get it. McCormick with the rebound ahead to Rasky, and the foul will be called on Matt Suko. So we'll bring it down to the other side. So Suko doesn't get the free throw, but he gets in the book by way of team foul number 10 on the Hornets. And that will send Trevor Rasky to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 38 seconds left here in the fourth. 70 to 50 as Trevor Rasky 3 for 3 from the line. Loggers back up by 20. And the sophomore looking for point number 4 of the ball game, and he gets it. Trevor Rasky 4 for 4 from the stripe, 71-50. Loggers by 21. Wolf on the far side to Suko, guarded by Nichols. Off to Nutter. Near side to Wolf, puts up for 3 over Woody. Shot no good. Saved by Nutter. Throws it out of bounds. Nice catch by Adam Zenner on the sideline. But possession will go to the Loggers with 21 seconds remaining here in the fourth. Now there's a discussion. Okay, there wasn't a touch, they say, and possession will go to Phillips with 21 seconds remaining in the fourth period. The inbound to Palace. Double teamed off to Rasky, and they're across the timeline with 17 seconds. Off to Palace. Palace, 10 seconds. Stop back in the perimeter, gives it off to Rasky. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Nichols puts it up from 8 off the backboard. No good, and that's the ball game. The final score, the Phillips Loggers go to 10-1. Defeating the Colby Hornets 71-50, and the Loggers going to 10-1 give Andy Pilch his 200th career victory at Phillips High School. So congratulations to Coach Pilch. Let's go over those changes in the schedule one more time as the Loggers go to 10-1. The Loggers ranked number 8 in Division III, number 9 among medium-sized schools in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel poll. Once again, Thursday night's ball game, or the ball game originally scheduled for Friday, February 2nd against Park Falls, will be Thursday night, February 8th, here at the Friendly Confines. Start time is set for 7:30 for the varsity. JV